Spec Ops: The Line is the complete opposite of most popular games of its time. Coming out in 2012, the Iraq War finally fully ended 6 months prior in December of 2011. The United States of America finally withdrew all its troops after initially starting the process in 2007. This is not even to mention that we still had troops in Afghanistan due to the Taliban and other variables. We didn't even withdraw our troops until very recently in 2021. This is all to say that Spec Ops: The Line is and continues to be a striking criticism of American interventionism in the Middle East. The Iraq War particularly stands out as an incredibly unpopular war nationally and internationally. The war was eventually ended alongside a national poll showing that 55% of Americans believed it was a mistake and 51% wanting our troops to withdraw. This is not even to mention the fact that due to the unpopularity of America's actions post 9/11, completely negated any type of sentiments to America due to the terrorist attacks on 9/11. It's not surprising that the studio developed the game, Jaeger, is a German-based studio. This is especially since Germany condemned America's actions in Iraq. That is all to say that once again, Spec Ops: The Line paints a brutal reality that after the propaganda and idealistic promises, the world is not so clean-cut. In The Line, we follow Delta Squad, led by our protagonist Captain Walker and his squad mates Lugo and Adams. They found themselves in a post-apocalyptic Dubai, which has been destroyed due to the giant sandstorms nearly burying the city alive. They arrive to locate and evacuate the survivors of Dubai, while also attempting to locate Colonel Conrad, who was leading the initial effort in Dubai, which has shown to be a failure. Conrad is very much an antagonist of sorts, but not in a literal way. For most of the game, he only plays as a radio voice, constantly berating the actions of Delta Squad. This is as they work through the city and fail nearly every part of their mission. It's no shock that Conrad, a reference to the author of The Heart of Darkness, Joseph Conrad, for which this game was heavily inspired by, merely represents a very abstract symbol of how easy the intentions of an operation can lead to disaster. Captain Walker, as he proceeds to do the same as Conrad, follows suit and commits multiple war crimes just like his superior. Walker forces his men to commit multiple atrocities for the sake of saving the city, not fully realizing that his mission was a failure nearly from the second they stepped into Dubai. From using chemical weapons, shooting down nearly 1,000 individuals, them being American or Emiratis, to taking away the only water left in the city. Walker becomes a massive hypocrite in his journey to prove himself to be a hero from America. Conrad is no better, but his intentions throughout the game really only represent cynicism, which roots itself into Walker. Walker goes from admiration for Conrad to full-on hatred. This hatred clearly projects onto himself as well, whilst his squad mates also grow to hate and distrust Walker. All of this complete mess of an operation, represents not only the brutality of the Iraq War, but also the complete failure that was Afghanistan. It's not like America was out here using chemical weapons like the Syrian government were using a year later. However, the nearly countless people that are murdered in real life mirrors the conflicts within the game. It's not a shock that they used the rather neutral Dubai as the set piece for this game. Dubai of the United Arab Emirates is one of the richest cities in the world and a massive tourist spot for the top 1%. Rarely though, when it comes to the current socio-political landscape of the Middle East, are their opinions on world affairs taken into account. This is in comparison to the actions taken by Saudi Arabia, Israel, Iran, Iraq, etc. The concept of the city being destroyed and the people there being treated like animals and statistics represents that even some of the greatest places, the richest places, are prone to being crushed by the weight of a failed rescue. The leaders of Dubai are nearly never mentioned, barring some pictures of their president and some rare offhand comments, because it was never about that. America tried to be the savior of the Middle East, and it has been that way in the real world. And this game shows that once the country in question can no longer support itself, America nearly always attempts to take up the mantle. Dubai and the characters in it are just symbols representing the failure of American interventionism in the modern age, an open letter to the after effects of the Bush administration and the further atrocities committed for the sake of freedom and protecting human rights. Spec Ops: The Line has so much to offer. I would love to make more content discussing specific aspects of the game, but I just wanted to show you this cult classic of a political critique. I apologize for my voice on this one. I'm a little sick, but I really just wanted to get this out there. This has been Slug on Slug's 2 Cents. Please like and subscribe for more content about the politics of the games we play. Thanks for watching.